Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been a while, I haven't uploaded in quite a while. That has a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is I currently have exams, so I just don't have the time for it. A lot of things going on. And also, I believe Felice Day spoke about it a bit. I have seen this video yesterday already when it came out, but we're gonna react to it since I believe I should react to this as I am a part of it. And I have played quite a big role in it. Yeah, and I've really been there when everything happened. But a lot of things I haven't even known before the video. So yeah, if you like this type of content, hope I don't do too many of those videos. But if you like what I'm doing, make sure to like and subscribe to not miss any of my content. And now let's start the reaction.
So recently, a well-known theme park tycoon to YouTuber by the name of Knoxborg
Yeah.
has recently had some pretty disturbing evidence to terrible actions such as content theft.
About the content theft, I didn't even know Nox did that.
Evidence to terrible actions such as content.
I haven't seen that he done that, but it's crazy if he done that because I've seen like those videos on TikTok before and on YouTube. I've seen when they come out. Pretty crazy, but he will go on it in a bit.
Theft, spreading lies about others.
Yep, here we already go. I remember Monkey Pilot. He was a good guy at first and then went off to the deep and joined the wrong sort of people. Friends told me in the MC change, sure, once a racist, always a racist. For me, like Leon, yeah. We're gonna go to that in a second, but Monkey Pilot, it's good that there's not too much known about him.
Other creators, as well as subbotting not only his channels,
that he supported his channel, I will say something in a minute too, but yeah.
but other creators as well with
Those screenshots are new for me as well, but yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm gonna say something to it when we get there.
the intent of harm. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything about the Knoxborg situation and exactly how everything had started to where it is now. Going back to November of 2024, where during a live stream that I was doing, I had made an attempt to delete a pride flag while visiting someone else's plot. I would like to go ahead and make this clear that about a week earlier, my parents had filed for divorce, and for my well-being, I was not taking that situation lightly, which resulted in me attempting to do a stupid action. I would
Okay.
like to state as well that I do not have anything against the LGBTQ community, as I find there isn't a reason to hate people like that if it has nothing to do with you.
Okay, so now he simply just said that he doesn't have anything against him. I remember that time. I remember when he, when this came to public. He will say it in a second. After about a month, Knoxborg told that. I've seen that clip afterwards, like also a month after when people made note and made it public. Yeah, I personally say full that this is not something that you should say. But Full knows that. Full has already said sorry for that to many people, because many people asked for a statement from him. Also, like many people, because many people were affected at that time. There's a lot in the background that happened that is just in the back now, and that is all sorted out. Personally, I said, okay, I've talked with him about this in private already or multiple times. The first time when it actually happened, and the second time, which I will go over later, that I had a call with him and he explained me what happened. Putting, like how do I say that? It is not something that should be said, and he said sorry for it. We talked about it, and he said he was in a state of where he just was angry. I've heard Tapham say that just go offline when you do that. We would go with it. That's something I would say as well, yeah. If you're angry at something, turn off the stream in that moment. It doesn't just get better, it gets worse in this part. Just something bad dropped. I guess it happened. Shouldn't say that in the future. I don't think he will. So yeah, let's continue.
For about a month, with the situation now left in the past,
Yeah.
Knox decides to start talking about the situation again in his Discord.
Yeah, Rip, at least he should be banned from most of the shows where they know the situation. I don't care. We're speaking facts here. Bro's too scared to tell the story of his, is too scared to tell the side of his story. or he's too scared to tell his side of the story. I haven't seen this message yet, so I believe that was at the time, the 13th of December. That was at the time where Nox and I still had a bit of content, or like, not content, a bit of contact together. And I believe that if I would have seen this message, I would have gone to contact with Fall, because when I talked to Fall, he actually gave me a very good explanation and his side of the story, which Fall had and told multiple people to that time already. So Nox to this time didn't even talk to Fall. He had nothing in mind when writing this. Yeah, that's how we start.
Discord server, bringing up of how he wants to get me cancelled.
Yeah. Bro, if this gets more out of hand, I'll make a video about him. I want to cancel him. Yeah, he told me that multiple times. I've been in multiple calls with him at this time. And back then I was on his side because I thought that this is something that shouldn't be said on any circumstances. And since I wouldn't get into contact with Fall, which I actually regret doing, sorry to you, Fall, that I didn't get into contact with you earlier. I kind of followed with this Nox. I have gotten to actually see how Nox made that video. This video was purely just talking bad about him with no proof or anything of anything. So, didn't know why I supported it back then, wouldn't do it today.
Even though it's been a month since the situation.
And also Nox did make very clear he wants to cancel Fall, which is just in any sort of way wrong.
Has already been discussed. What I find absolutely disgusting is the fact that he is telling his community.
Yeah. He is telling his community to try to find evidence to cancel him, which is something that should have rang my bells earlier, because that was a public announcement that he said on his server back then. I have a task for you guys. Try to find as much evidence on Felicity as possible and let's try to cancel him. He did not have anything against him, and so he just got his community, hey, go to his server and spy a bit to see if you can find anything bad. Yeah, right.
To do the dirty work and try to find anything they can to get me in trouble. Which
Yeah.
I find very ironic when a month earlier, Knoxborg talked about how his server is a safe, loving
Yeah. This post, I did a similar post on my Discord. If you guys are not in that Discord, make sure to join it. Yeah. I've made a similar post to that. There was to a time where the first clip came out. So when the first clip with Fall deleting that flag came out, this was a thing that people showed. And this is a thing that we got asked to do, like, just be there for the community and tell the community that this is a loving place and we are acceptable in this community. We have acceptance that if you want to join this community, you can under any circumstances, that you're not, that this is a safe place, this community, and we distance ourselves from homophobic, sexistic, and any stuff related to that. That we really distance ourselves, and I still state that, and I'm still on that side. This should be a safe community, and the Knoxborg channel is definitely one of those. Yeah. Let's just continue.
community, even though he is telling his fans to get in.
Yeah, that's just ironic.
That they are not a part of. Knowing this, I then later decided to speak publicly about the situation in a live stream, explaining everything and why I had accidentally done what I had done. During the stream, Nate, who is a great friend of mine and also...
Yeah, I've seen that stream as well. I even talked about this stream with Nox. After I watched the video, or after I watched the stream, I was kind of like, okay, this is... It's okay, it's an apology, I guess. And Nox was like not having it at all. So, he instantly did a video on it. And, yeah. Nate, to that time, also apologies to you, Nate, if I said anything against you. Very sorry. Yeah, this is...
a creator in the same game, was helping me through this entire thing, which I thanked him very much on stream.
W Nate and that thing.
Knoxborg decided to ban...
Yeah, Knoxborg was not having that at all. He was... Well, Knoxborg on his server banned everyone not being on his side. And that's a thing where we already get back to the ironic thing, him saying that this place is a welcoming community. Well, you're not very welcome if you just ban everyone that's not your mind. Kermit said it right, bro. Kermit said it right. You're not him, bro. For real, for real. Yeah, buy a motherfucker to Nate. That's just an asshole move.
And start making false accusations and claims that Nate was spying.
Well, to just say that Nate did kind of go to the server and look for evidence, probably, or like, not evidence, but probably Nate was like telling you what happened on that server, but which is like not wrong at any sort, because Nox, again ironic, sent out people to his server as well. Sadly don't have proof of that because he deleted his Discord and banned me from it at that time, but he did send out people to look for stuff about him on his server, that he also did like a post of him that he also did a post of, like you just seen earlier. It's very ironic from Nox, but in this case, I guess.
In his server, which is absolutely messed up, knowing that he is really a great guy.
Yeah, Nate is really great.
After being scolded for still talking about the.
No, Nox, at this point, this is just messed up. I don't think I want to be associated with this anymore. You should cancel him. You shouldn't cancel him. That's fucked up. Okay, fair. Plus, yeah.
Situation by his fans, then claims he will quit talking about the situation. But then.
Yeah. There was, when he just saw he loses and people are not on his side on that one, he pushed it even further. There are a lot of things that are not okay that have happened. Especially at this point, it escalated with me and Nox as well. Because at this point, I kind of realized, okay, this is also shit. Like, many people also did in the Discord when they kind of said, like, okay, at this point it's messed up. Same like with me. I searched then the talk with Fall to get it kind of sorted out between me and him. But Nox was not having that.
Only a day later, he decided to make a reaction video to my live stream, which after watching it, wasn't really a reaction, but simply just seemed like he didn't care one bit and made this whole thing seem like some kind of joke.
Yeah, that video of Nox was pure to rant about him being a bad guy or something, and just to make fun of him really, with no accusations and with no proof in any sort. That video was just pure shit. Like, that's not something that should be in this community, and I'm very thankful that he deleted that video afterwards.
No. I try to go and keep this.
What's with the ASMR?
Yeah, when the only point you have is talking about the ASMR.
It should be banned. I'm not gonna cancel ASMR. What I am gonna cancel...
Something that
Yeah, that was kind of a bad video. Just making fun of ASMR, like making fun of his microphone, which is when the only point you have about a video is how bad the microphone quality is. Like, Fall has a good microphone quality, to be honest, but if you're just moving your mic, of course there are gonna be sounds, and if that's the only point you have during a live stream that's like 2 or 3 hours long, bro, no, that's just messed up.
I find absolutely disgusting about this reaction is that only 5 minutes into the video, he decides for some reason to play a little bit of a sneak peek into a diss track he was planning to release.
I remember that.
Alright, so 5 seconds, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Yo, Felicity, my man, how you doing? You're out here running your mouth. Okay, that's enough.
That diss track, yeah, I have heard the whole thing. The whole thing was completely done and ready to release, but he luckily didn't, because if it would have exploded, it would have caused even more trouble in the community, as we already had. Like, now at this point we have the whole thing, but it would have caused it back then. I've heard the whole thing, and it is just I don't know, it's like attempt of making fun of someone in the style of this video that he did. Like, that's not fun.
Something that also adds on to this that is absolutely terrible is the fact that during this entire 40-minute reaction, the entire time he was simply treating it as a joke, laughing through this entire thing, and for absolute disgusting reasons, he was now making claims that I had not went ahead and apologized, even though I in fact had, lying to his audience to make me seem like a much worse person.
Yeah, everyone, not personally. You didn't apologize personally. That was the main part of it. You said you have...
Apologizing personally to something that hasn't affected you, Nox. I have gotten that apology as well. He sent that out to so many people, and he even talked to them personally after sending that one again. That's just not something that should be said by Nox, as there was an apology that was long enough and had a lot of stuff in it. I've looked back at it before this video. The apology was really good. Like, I do understand why some people like Nox may be okay, it's like, but what do you expect? That video that was originally causing this with the LGBTQ flag did not have anything to do with you personally, so why would you expect a personal letter from him? Why would you expect that? At this point, no, that's just not. He sent an apology to everyone who was in this situation involved, and that apology was enough for most people, not apparently for Nox. So he is just making stuff up at this point. He did send an apology to everyone.
have apologized, especially not in DMs, stuff like that.
He
Something
did it
I
in
would
the
like
end.
as well to point out is that Knoxborg had actually done something very similar during one of his live streams, but nothing was done about it, which he simply played it off like nothing had ever happened.
There's some LGBTQ flags, so we're not gonna go there. No, I'm kidding.
The fact that
That he said, oh, kidding, I'm kidding, yeah, he already knew that's like messed up. Comments like this, even if it's a joke, even if it's a very dark humor joke, even if it's like, even if your humor is like that below level, man, that's just not it. That's just, I know I'm doing some jokes that are maybe a bit on the border, but I'm not doing this. I would not drop jokes that go into this type of level, that are this hateful against people, and that's just not it. That you shouldn't do that as a YouTuber. You shouldn't do that as a person who is involved in the community in this level. Nox is a absolute OG in the community. You gotta see this. Like, when I started YouTube, Nox already was at 400 subscribers, which at the time was kind of big, as the female community was at that point still rising. At this time, Timon was like at how much? 20 to 50,000 subscribers, where he now is at about nearly 600, like 500,000. Like, you gotta relate to this. Nox was a name back then, and now he's just so many years later, this come out. No, that's just not it. That's just, he changed, man.
Knoxborg has been at me for this for the last
Yeah, that's like what we already
4
saw.
months, but nothing was done about this is absolutely absurd and shows the true nature of Nox, and that if he does something wrong, it is not wrong.
Well, about this, I didn't even know about that clip. I don't know how many people have seen that clip. It's probably a still public stream. I don't know if he made it private after. After this, he probably like made it private. I also know Nox's channel is now terminated, so you can't watch it back. But I don't know how many people have seen that stream back then. I believe it's probably a lot of people. But it didn't go as viral as the clip from Fall, because it was shared around after the clip. I'm not gonna drop names, but the clip was sent around. Told us like, do you guys want to support this? Like, please don't do anything with this. And after that, it was just, the clip was publicly shown to all the creators. So I guess I do understand why no one has seen the clip of Nox. It just wasn't known by any people. But it doesn't make it less worse. It's as same worse, I would say. But it was just that the clip of Nox was not as publicly known as the clip of Fall. So that point's maybe a bit Yeah.
Something I would absolutely like to bring up is that a month after this incident had happened, in December of 2024, an old friend of Knoxborg named Leon,
Yeah.
who's actually a fellow content creator for Theme Park Tycoon 2 as well, Knoxborg and him had a large argument because
Yeah. Fall is saying that actually quite right. Me and Nox had a argument, which was actually after the call of Fall and me. I messaged him like here that I want to tell him to let it down. He said he already did, saying thank you. Then he was just ranting over me telling him. He was just telling me that he hates it when people tell him to do something after he already like, I was telling him a lot of times that he should stop it. Now he was always like, I'm gonna, but it never did. Then he typed me this thing, and I was just, no, I'm not having that. If he wants to do that stuff, do it alone, not participating in it. And I still go with that thing. And that was the last message we had. After this, yeah, he's gonna talk about it.
Knoxborg to stop talking about this drama, but Knox then later decides to ban Leon
Yes.
and proceed to start making false.
Yeah. He was making false claims about me being racist and a lot of different things that I got told by people. I only sort of at the corner got those messages. I believe like Kylo told me about Nox just trying to say stuff about me and just getting them away from me so we wouldn't do anything together. Like, but this message from Nerdy, I also just saw it for the first time yesterday. Disgusting. Knoxborg, a guy I've known for over 2 years, is talking like that about me. A person who should know who I am and how I talk. So, because I've talked to Nox a lot in private, I've done a lot of stuff with him, especially when it comes to content creation, when it comes to just talking and playing games. So this is actually something I did not expect. And to call me a racist, yeah, if you're talking about me, maybe look at yourself before you do it. That's just saying that. I have heard some stuff. Not gonna talk about it though. Look at yourself though.
Of Leon being a racist, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah, thanks,
as it
Fall.
provides no evidence whatsoever. These
Yep, there's actually no evidence of any messages of anything I allegedly said that is racist. I do maybe make some bad jokes that I don't stand 100% behind, but being racist, I'm far away. I'm very far away from. If like I am the least racist person there is. Like I have not a problem against anyone. If you're gay, if you're black, if you're Asian, if you're white, I have no problem against you. Nothing. Like I'm playing with anyone. I don't care about what color you have, where you're from. I care about who you are. And to call me a racist shows a lot about you, Nox. So, maybe look at yourself before you say something about me.
Actually started to affect Leon as he eventually stopped uploading and hasn't made anything recent because of these fake accusations.
Yeah, okay. I already said at the start, I'm going to talk about this. Yeah, I have been away for quite a bit. That has multiple reasons. Not just the Nox situation, but it has been the Nox situation for quite a big part, as if you're constantly creating content with someone, if you're constantly like doing stuff with someone and that person just goes like that on you, you just lose the motivation. I wasn't sad or anything because like I had my reasons. I was the one like blocking him and shit. So I was like the one saying, okay, not having this. But like to see all the bad things that happen in this community, and it wasn't only the Nox situation. There was a lot of drama in this community we already had. Nothing in this scale, but just to see how toxic this community can be and how people behave, that's just something that I don't support. And that I was just like, okay, gotta take a step back, enjoy my private life, do what you want. In this time, like I currently have my exam session, so I just don't have the time to upload as much. This video I kind of see important, so I really want to do this video. I've wanted to do it since the video came out. Sadly, yesterday didn't have any time to record it. Sorry on that one, coming out a bit late one. But I am gonna be uploading in the near future again, so I'm not dead or anything, so I guess. But I do have exams at the moment. I'm just enjoying life, visiting theme parks. So I just have a lot of things to do. Yeah. But I still want to do theme park Tycoon 2 content. I still enjoy this game. I still enjoy doing YouTube, so I'm gonna do content eventually, just yeah. So let's continue.
Which I feel absolutely terrible for him.
Yeah.
And it just shows Nox is just more of a terrible person who will put his friends down to keep himself up.
Yeah. That's just, yeah, manipulating others to keep himself up. Yeah. I don't know how he's been to other people. I know there are a lot of people who did stuff with him. I don't know how they are, how he is with them. I don't know how he treats them. How he treated me in this case is just sad.
After a couple months then later passed, with both me and Nox making jokes about each other behind our back during a live stream that Nox was having, Nox later in the stream decides to do one of the worst things I have ever seen done in this community, and in quote says, "Argue with your parents, oh wait, they are separated, and also, at least my parents are still together."
Yeah, that's just directly going to do jokes about stuff like that is something that is highly bad. Like, I know how that feels. Like, I know how Fall must feel in this situation. And that's just highly bad. That's just an asshole move to the biggest point. And at this point, yeah, anyone who knows what Fall is going through with a divorce of the parents should know what Nox really a person is, because those jokes, like, you can't even call it a joke anymore. Like, that's just being a pure asshole, and that's something that is, yeah, just no. That's just literally fuck off at this point.
Directly making fun of the fact that my parents are no longer together, which
Yeah,
is
that's
absolutely
just
disgusting.
that's disgusting.
I sadly don't have a clip of this, but the announcement that Nox made in his Discord server regarding the situation verifies that this did in fact happen. With
Yeah,
now a
that's
basis
just
of how
shit.
the entire drama had started, as well as the beef me and Nox had within the first few months of this, it is now finally time to start talking about the numerous crimes that Knoxborg.
Okay, now we're coming to the legal point of this. I don't know how much I can say to this, how much I want to say to this, because I don't even know how much information I have on this. It's probably now gonna go over the things with subbotting allegedly his account and the account of Fall. But let's just stay here with this one. The stuff that happened before. The before story, it's absolutely childish. I've said it too many times with other people. I personally find it 100% childish what Nox is doing, and what Nox was doing to Fall at this point. I was completely fine with Fall, and we were having calls together, talking about this a couple of times. Yeah. Now let's start with the numerous crimes Nox has allegedly. And I will say allegedly because I'm not that much into it. During all of this, I have not been there. I have actually been I have had a lot of school, so I could not say anything about this because I just haven't seen anything.
Has committed. On February 13th of 2025, Knoxborg uploaded a YouTube short titled Theme Park Tycoon 2 Be Like. If you had watched the video, you may have noticed that there is a TikTok user on the left-hand side. I decided to
I
search
did
for
not
this
know this.
user and found the old creator who had actually uploaded the exact same video frame by frame all the way back in 2023. I then later decided to message the creator about the video, to which I was later notified that Knoxborg's video was actually taken down as the original creator requested it.
Yeah, he requested a takedown. I did not know anything of this. Like, I know the original video, and I believe that Knoxborg video came around at me. Like, I believe I've seen it on my timeline and stuff. But that's just messed up. That's nothing that is like nice, especially a person like Nox, who is, let's just be real, not the first time to get content from others. Nox is, if you looked at his shorts and his videos, you may have already seen that he kinda got inspired by other people. Although I do must say, inspirating yourself from others and stealing content is something else. The thing Nox did here on this video is completely something I want to distance myself from. Nothing I would ever even think about doing. That's just shit. Original creator luckily sent that takedown request, as I don't believe many people would have noticed it if there wouldn't been a TikTok logo. So Nox, that's just messed up. When it comes to inspiring yourself from others, like, I have done that as well. I have done videos that are maybe a bit similar to others. Like, for example, one of my most viewed videos, an old video where I did a basic editor and advanced editor video, like comparing those two coasters. That one was inspired by Matt, maybe a bit much. Yeah. If you give videos a own twist, I would say it's still kind of okay. And if you ask the original creator to maybe, hey, can I do a video inspired by yours? I will credit you in the comments and stuff. I'm completely fine if you do that to me. I don't know how other creators are going in that direction, how they feel about that, but that's how I feel. If you see a video of me, you like it, and you want to do something similar to it, give it an own twist, or do it in a other version. Completely fine with it if you credit me, or if it's like that a bit more different, then you don't even need to do that. Like, I'm completely fine with that. That's if you make it your own and give it like your own special seasoning, I have no problem with that. So yeah.
Takedown. This here is essential proof that Nox did in fact not have permission to upload the video, so instead decided to steal it for his own.
Yep, that's just
I
wrong.
actually confronted Knoxborg about this in a call, to which Nox had one of the worst excuses I have ever heard from him. Roll the clip.
I took a look at there, and apparently that video that you posted was posted in 2023. And it was also the exact same handle as well.
If I'm being honest, it was more like a what's called experimental thing of how long it will take till it got taken down.
Running an experiment to see how long it would take for somebody to see that you took their video.
Yeah. I was just wondering how long it will take.
This is just absolutely disgusting.
That's just not it. And it's like, again, that social experiment. Oh, it's thank you for the social experiment. Yeah, right, Nox. Yeah, right. Social experiment. We got it. Yeah, it's just, if that's your excuse for something like this, that's, man, just get off. Just get off. You need touch some grass, get fresh air. Just don't do it on here.
Behavior showing the immaturity of himself. Something very important as well that I would like to mention that makes this situation even worse is that in the bottom right corner of the video, Nox had actually blurred out one of the handles that link to the original creator, which looking closely, there is obvious blur that he intentionally put there.
Yeah, that was
I guess
highly
somehow
intentional.
he forgot to blur out the second handle, which is honestly kind of funny. Now it is time to get into the main events here, proving Knoxborg as a criminal. On March 4th, 2025, my channel was at around 950 subscribers, closing in on 1,000. Around 5 p.m. PST, my subscriber count had started to increase, which at the time seemed pretty normal, but after an hour, it had eventually increased by around 20 subscribers, to which I started to get suspicious. This happened for around 5 hours, and I eventually passed 1,000 subscribers and reached about 1.1 thousand, which was a drastic increase of 150 subscribers. I knew that I had been getting
Yeah, that just doesn't happen that quick. I do have myself videos, for example, like after Timon, after I got lucky and got into a video of Timon, the one where we like built a park and no one else knows what the person before or after built, so it's like without communication, building a park without communication. Yeah, that was it. I got a lot of subscribers. Thank you, Timon, for that one. I got a lot of subscribers. I believe like around 300 people actually subscribed to my channel. If you guys are seeing this, thanks a lot. About 200 or 300. I don't know how many it was exactly, but around that number I got from the video. But that video from Timon is over 100,000 views, I believe. So that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of views compared to the subs I got. And Fall is a very good creator who does good views, but to get such an increase in such a short time, that's just not happening. Normally. Like, with normal videos and normal streams, you don't get an increase in this range over such a short time. Doesn't seem realistic to me.
Spotted, to which I had contacted YouTube support to check and see if they are legit, and about a week later, my subscribers had actually more than doubled, reaching over 2.2 thousand subscribers, to which I decided to make a public announcement in my Discord.
Yeah, doubling the subscribers after such a short time, it is not happening. It is not happening at all. You would need a lot of views for that to happen. Let's just say my latest video, one of my latest videos has 16,000 views. I think I got around 150 to 200 subs from that. And now imagine how much you would need and that's just average. That's just average how much you get from those views. And let's just say how much would he need to get to over 1,000 plus subs. No hate to Fall, but I don't think he got a video with that many views in such a short time. In such a short time, I don't think that's realistic. That is just... You would need a lot of views in such a short time to double the subscribers in this range. And I don't think Fall got the views on one video. And now, like, imagine how many likes you would need for that and how many people had to watch it and subscribe. That's just not normal. You can really get suspicious at that point. I would probably get suspicious as well, because that's a serious threat. If someone's spotting your account and you're like trying to do something with YouTube, there will and you're like trying to get into the partner program, there will be trouble. Because of course you can't have a botted account, like they will think it was you. Which is not something that hasn't happened before, like people botting their own accounts. I don't think it happens in the theme park Tycoon 2 community that much. Like, I don't know if... I've heard people say that Nox allegedly did it with his main account. Don't know about that one. Don't have enough proof or anything to say about that. Sounds possible since that was a large increase as well. I don't think though. And it is just not it. It's just not it.
Informing my fans that me and YouTube's internal teams are doing an investigation into the situation and that I want...
Yep, that was really good from Fall to look into it. It was... If he would have continued normal, it could have caused a lot of trouble for him, which I hope doesn't happen.
To try and keep them updated. After the announcement, I messaged Nerdy stating that I want to go ahead and talk, mainly about the situation and see if he knows anything at all, knowing that me and Nox have beef, and Nerdy is a good friend of him.
Yeah, Nerdy's an
I
absolute
was really
legend.
able to ask anything, Nerdy, being the amazing guy he is, straight up confesses that Knoxborg was the main reason behind my channel botting problem, providing screenshots of not...
Yeah, and that's just... I had to buy like 14... that's just... that was like... there you can really see that he's like not even like being quiet about this. He's like, oh, I want to, this is my secret plan. He probably trusted Nerdy for that a long time ago. Like, Nerdy's a really trustable person. But thanks to Nerdy, we have these images. And even this, like, I may have done something. Don't look at false subs. Not for long. What at the end.
Only
That's just
Knox
not it.
stating that he did buy my channel subscribers, but also stated that the reason he did it is to try and get my channel terminated when...
At this point, it's just again so ironic. He was the person trying everyone, oh, let's let it die down, oh, let's end it, and then he's the one actually still who couldn't get over it. Very sad to see. Yeah, if you're trying to get people terminated, for what reason? If you have a problem with someone in this community, DM them. Or even if you're this passionate about it, make a video. But if you do something, provide facts. Like Fall is doing right now. This is a good video about beef or a situation that happened in the community. And this is something that people should get inspired from. Because making a video just, oh, you're bad. Yeah, what reason for? You have no proof. This is a good video with proof. And this is how he should have done. Well, Nox couldn't do that and he was not getting over it. So he bought subs for Fall to get him terminated. Because he couldn't get over Fall being who he is. Sad, really sad to see. I haven't even seen anything of this. I was away while that happened. So, yeah, I guess.
And I applied
Face
for
his
the
turn.
YouTube Partner Program. What Knoxborg has done is absolute criminal fraud at its finest, and due to his intentions of getting me terminated, he can also be charged with tortious interference. This here is quite possibly one of the most disgusting things of drama, not only that I have faced, but also that the Theme Park Tycoon 2 community has had to deal with. As well as to anyone who may think that these screenshots here are fake, or that it is not the real Knoxborg, Nerdy provided a video here that this is in fact the real
that is real Knoxborg, so
with his user full profile.
I guess.
After getting all the information that I needed, a day later on March 16th, 12 p.m. PST, I made a public announcement in my Discord server exposing Knoxborg for the criminal he is. To add on, Knoxborg was actually live streaming during this, and while he was streaming, people were flooding his chat and DMs with screenshots of my announcement, to which he then later ended the stream. After the stream
I
ended,
guess he knew it at
almost
this point.
everyone's surprise, instead of addressing the situation, he instead completely deleted his Discord server of 150 members, changed his user not only on Discord, but also Roblox as well, later making a community post stating, "Goodbye losers," but then he eventually edited it to make it seem like much more family friendly.
Yeah, at this point you can kind of say, at this point Nox kind of stated that it's true, because if things like this are held against you and you just run, like he's just running away from it, I guess that's good enough proof that Nox is completely wrong. He could not get out of this. There's so much proof that was against him. That was just not realistic to actually get to do anything against this. Well, it's very sad to see someone like this gone. I didn't expect anything from this. The situation with me and Nox, after this I kind of was done with it. I didn't even notice that thing with Full. I just was away at that time, so I didn't even know. Sorry to Full that happened to you. It's actually a crazy thing. I hope that never happens in the community again. Nox, going like this, what do I say to this? So, I did not expect Nox to actually buy subs. It's a meme me and him had for a long time, going back to about 2 years earlier, with other creators that we had contact back then. It was kind of when Knoxborg's channel exploded. So it was kind of, yeah, well, there are a lot of things I could now say to this, but I don't want to throw in any allegations because I don't have proof of anything. And we won't get any proof of this because Nox is not at the point where he will probably return. There are a lot of questions I still have to Nox, but I think it would be better if we let it rest like that. I did to go to the other things. I did not expect this, and I believe many didn't expect this because Nox was a very friendly guy in the community, very friendly. Like there was a reason many people had contact with him, going up to not me, going up to me, going up to Kyler, going up to many people had contact with him. Well, so friendly. He was often in VCs, such a nice guy. That this is what's happening behind the backs, I didn't expect, and probably many people didn't expect. But it just shows how people can turn, and how people are in the back. I hope there is no one in the community who is like this at this point. But it's good that this has gotten out, because this video is really showing everything, and to the people still supporting Nox at this point, you have enough evidence to show that he is not the person he told he is. I had my reasons to leave his sort of community, and that he banned me. Yeah, it is very sad to see. But I guess it just shows, and we should learn out of it, that we should not trust everyone. And if there's something suspicious, think about it twice. There were a lot of things that maybe could have given a clue, or you could maybe get a bit suspicious at points. But at this point, I didn't even know stuff like this was happening. I did not expect that. So I myself can't really say anything like, oh, we should have looked maybe a bit closer. Yeah, I didn't even as well. Like, we hadn't had such a big drama in this community forever. Like, we never had something like this in the community. Hopefully we will never have again. But that's something time shows. Yeah.
Which Nox most definitely is not. I have no idea if Knoxborg will make any sort of return, but considering that he changed his users and gave himself a new online identity, it is very possible he will likely continue content creation, but in another game or community.
Yeah, hopefully not, because that will come out sooner or later. I actually think he will return at some point, because, I mean, it is quite his hobby. He did a lot of... And let's just be real for a second. From a content creator perspective, Nox wasn't even making bad content. Like, he had a good editing style. He knows how to edit. He knows how to make thumbnails. So, that's not even like that bad. So, I believe he will make a return sooner or later as an editor, as a creator. I don't know. I hope not, because someone like this is not someone we want to have in our community, and I believe other communities don't want to have a person like this as well. But time will show. Probably it will come out if it does.
To which I will absolutely make sure he does not happen, as
Yeah.
he does not deserve an online persona. This
Yeah.
is about everything that is currently known about the situation. If anyone here has anything else that they know about Knoxborg or the situation in general, please DM me on Discord. Just before I end the video, I would like to state that this video is not intended for any hate, harassment, or cyberbullying whatsoever.
Yep, that's very important.
And is instead intended for educational purposes only.
My one as
going
well.
over the situation as one in a documentary style context. Thank you all so much for watching.
Yep. Thank you for the very well made video. This is something I've wanted to address for quite a while, but I couldn't do that on my own. Such a video I wouldn't have been able to do, as I don't have that much evidence or any drastic things that happened. To give a little ending to this whole thing, I hope it doesn't happen that he returns. Full said it completely right. Someone doing stuff like this does not deserve to have an online persona, especially in this way. Yeah. To all the shit that has happened, sorry for fall that something like this happened to you. Sorry to the people that were a part of this. And yeah, thank you for this video, and thank you guys for watching this very long video. I'm now here at 50 minutes of a raw recording. Yeah, it's not something I expected, but it sadly happened, and we can't turn it back, but we can learn out of it if something is, yeah, I guess. Well, see you guys next video. I don't know when it will be, can't tell you, probably some in the future. I'm not dead, so have a lovely rest of your day, and see you guys next video. Bye.